Good morning, children. Today I am going to start a new lesson from history, the rise of new religion. About 2500 years ago, many new philosophies came into existence that were different from Vedic period. In this lesson, we are going to discuss the causes for the rise of new religions, the biographies of Gautama Buddha and Mahavira, the preachings of Gautama Buddha and Mahavira, the relevance of Buddhist and Jain philosophies, and the tradition of republics which were present 2500 years ago. Now, let us know why did the new religions emerge. During the Vedic period, rituals like yaga and yajna needed animal sacrifice. Apart from this, food grains, milk and ghee were offered, which led to the shortage of food production. People had also believed that only through these yajnas, true liberation, that is mukti, can be achieved. But these costly rituals were beyond the means of common man. These rituals were conducted by Sanskrit language, which were not understood by the common people, and people wanted a simple path in which the yajnas are performed. Due to Varna system, social disintegration set in and led to social discrimination. The priestly class of that time, Brahmins, had many luxuries. Meanwhile, Kshatriyas started becoming powerful. As a result, republics emerged. The Kshatriyas became the reason for the emergency of new religions that were against Brahmins. Around 2600 years ago, due to all these reasons, there were 62 new religions. Buddhism and Jainism are important among them. Gautama Buddha was a founder of Buddhism and Mahavira was an important Tirthankara of Jainism. Both these were Kshatriyas belonging to a clan of republics. Now let us understand about Buddhism. Gautama Buddha was a founder of Buddhism and it was established about 2500 years ago. Let us know about Buddha's life. Gautama was born in Lumbini near Kapilavastu of Nepal. His childhood name was Siddhartha. His father was Shuddhodana and mother was Maya Devi. His wife was Yashodhara and Rahul was his son. His father was the head of Shakya Republic. Once a sage predicted that Siddhartha will become a sage one day. Hearing this, Shuddhodana brought him up in the luxury and isolated him from all the miseries of life. One day while roaming in the city, he came across an old man, a diseased man, a sage and a funeral procession. All this made him renounce the worldly pleasures and directed him to go in search of the root cause of sorrows. One day he left his palace and family without informing anyone. He sought guidance from many sages on the ways of removing sorrow. Still, he could not find answer about the root of sorrow. Finally, he sat under a peepal tree in Gaya of Bihar and meditated for many days. He became enlightened there and became Buddha. Buddha means one who knows, and the place became Bodh Gaya. Buddha preached his thoughts to 5 disciples at Sarnath near Varanasi for the first time. This incident is identified as Dharmachakra Parivartana, and later he travelled around Bihar and other places for about 40 years and preached his thoughts. Slowly, the fame of Buddha spread and many kings respected him. Finally, Buddha passed away at Kushinagar of Bihar. Now, let us know about the teachings of Buddha. The aim of Buddha's teaching was to attain knowledge by practicing purity in life and thought. He called this as Dhamma. According to Buddha, the world is full of sorrow. Desire is a reason for it. He taught eightfold path to attain nirvana, which includes right view, right resolve, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness and right concentration. This is called as Ashtanga Marga. The basic teachings of Buddha are known as 4 Noble Truths. World is full of sorrow. Desire is the root of sorrow. Conquering desire is the way out of sorrow. Ashtanga Marga is the path to end sorrow. Apart from this, Buddha also asked his disciple not to consume liquor, not to practice violence, not to engage in corruption and untruthfulness. Buddha preached in common man's language, Pali. So, it was easy for the people to understand. Buddha's teachings were collected in three Pitakas. They are Vinaya Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. These are also called as the holy books of Buddhism. There are many stories related to Buddha. One such story is of Kisa Gotami. She has lost her only child and was roaming around the streets carrying her dead child in her arms. On seeing this sorry plight, a person took her to Buddha. She wanted her dead child alive. Buddha said, I will certainly make your child alive again, but I need mustard seed from a house that has no death in it to do that. So, Kisa Gotami was very happy and went around to find mustard seed from a house that has no death. But every house had a death in it. One or the other had died. A father, mother, sister, brother, son, daughter, grandfather, grandmother, etc. had died in every family she visited. What was the message Buddha was trying to give to Kisa Gotami? Through Kisa Gotami, Buddha wanted to tell the world that death is the ultimate truth. Now, let us know about Jainism. Life of Mahavira. Mahavira is the 24th Tirthankara and preached Jainism. He was born 2500 years ago at Kundagrama near Vaishali. His earlier name was Vardhamana. His father name was Siddhartha and mother name was Trishala Devi. His father was a rich Kshatriya and the head of the Kundagrama. Vardhamana left his home in search of enlightenment. He spent some of his time as Digambara Muni. Later, he spent 12 years in penance and became a Jinna. Jinna means the one who has conquered attachment or moha. His followers are called as Jains. Mahavira preached to people of all classes. He left his body at Pavapuri in present Bihar. Mahavira's teachings. Mahavira taught non-violence to his disciple. He did not want them to commit theft and amassing wealth. He preached celibacy. Jainism has given more prominence to non-violence than any other religion. Mahavira's teachings are the continuation of 23rd Tirthankara Pashwanta. Later, two sects named Digambara and Shvetambara emerged in Jainism. The followers of Pashwanath, who used to wear white cloth, became Shvetambara. The followers of Mahavira, who used to wear no clothes, became Digambara. Shravanabelagola of Karnataka is a famous Jain religious center. The 5 vows are the moral principles in Jainism are Ahimsa, non-violence. Satya means truth. Asteya means non-stealing. Aparigraha, non-possession beyond the need. Brahmacharya, keeping senses under the control of celibacy. Now let us know about Mahajanapadas and republics. During the time of Buddha, there were 16 small and big kingdoms in Sindhu-Ganga plain. These kingdoms are called as Mahajanapadas. Among them, Magadha, Kosla and Vatsa were famous Mahajanapadas, and these were ruled by the kings. Now republics. In the same time, many states had representative governments and they were called as republics. The most important among the republics was Vajji. It was a union of many republics. Vaishali city of Bihar was its capital. Vajji had a Sabha consisting of elder and younger members. Members of Sabha were addressed by Raja and all matters related to the union were discussed here. So this is all about Mahajanapadas and republics. Children, hope you have understood this lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.